One Zambia, one nation, and welcome to Zanis News. To be with you, my name is Trust Pemba. Topstar is in the news. International Holdings Resources new owners of Mopani Mine. CECE spends $359 million over 2,700 farmers under the Aquaculture Seed Fund project. Newly recruited health workers urged to be professional. Plus, lightning kills 2 juveniles in Lumezi. Zanis News in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema says the government has continued to prioritize social support to citizens to cushion the economic stress being experienced in the country. Speaking during a press conference in Lusaka, President Hichilema noted that while the government is working on finalizing the debt restructuring deal, efforts directed to addressing the challenges affecting Zambians will remain a priority. We have more in this report.
President Hakainde Hichilema says the government is resolved to unlock the economic rigidities the country is facing in order to achieve the development agenda. During his 4th press conference held in Lusaka, President Hichilema highlighted some of the challenges limiting the government's efforts towards economic growth, as well as the successes scored.
I wish today to focus on a number of these issues, how your government is addressing the issues that afflict our people, mainly working on addressing the negatives. If it was a 2-category checklist, the negatives here, the positives here, we would like the list of positives to grow more than the list of negatives.
President Hichilema assured that amid economic challenges, the government is working around the clock to ensure the economic stress affecting people is addressed.
Many opportunities, but the flip side of that is challenges. Many of our people face challenges, and these challenges are well acknowledged by your servants, we who you put in public office. And that's why we work hard, and I mean hard. A greater number of us work very hard, and I wish all of us in public service would work that hard in order to address the challenges that our communities face, utilizing the opportunities that are always present. And you have to look to see them and to utilize them.
And the head of state also recognized the support from various stakeholders who are playing a key role in the development of Zambia.
Yesterday, towards our economic restructuring agenda, the IMF extended $187 million to us. The board approved, which is part of our restructuring agenda, not IMF program. Let me assist the people of Zambia. The IMF of today is not the IMF of 20 years ago. This facility of $1.3 billion extended credit facility to Zambia is at 0 interest rate. I can also say to you, yesterday, the World Bank, in similar fashion, extended a substantial facility to us, negotiated, incorporated in our own economic restructuring for growth, for social support.
Meanwhile, Vice President Mtalena Lumango and other senior government leaders assured the president of support to ensure the aspirations of the Zambian people are met.
And I'll support this man through and through. It's a decision I made. It's a decision I made. So don't you use me for your own political fight or tribal fight. In fact, I stand to fight tribalism, regionalism. Don't put me there.
I honor the Vice President really has her own mandated functions according to the Constitution, which she performs. Amongst them, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, the Resettlement Department, Nutrition, and Leader of Government Business in Parliament. And at no one time has any of these functions been taken from the Vice President or she's sidelined. We have always run those functions with her.
Government has focused on economic restructuring in order to ensure universal access to economic opportunities. Wope Sendo for Zanis News in Lusaka.
And International Holding Resources is the new investor in Mopani copper mine and is expected to pump in $1.1 billion in the mining operation. Zanis report that President Hakainde Hichilema announced the completion of the Mopani copper mine transaction during a press conference at Mulungushi International Conference Center in Lusaka. The head of state disclosed that the investment will be split between equity and debt. President Hichilema explained that about $400 million will be provided as a shareholder loan to Mopani copper mine as part of the consideration to settle the original Glencore debt of $1.5 billion. The president said that this is the first time that a transaction has been able to agree new equity capital with a share factor of 51% stake in Mopani copper mines and 49% to the government through ZCCM. President Hichilema stated that there was a need to amend the wrong transactions and pointed out in the near future, transactions should take longer than it costs money and time. President Hichilema reiterated the government's commitment to serving the interests of citizens to the best of the state's ability, stressing the need for private sector skills to be engaged in future mining transactions negotiations. And President said that the government will continue driving the necessary changes in the mining sector in an effort to achieve the 3 million tons production target. He thanked the Committee of Ministers and other stakeholders for the successful conclusion of the Mopani transaction.
I sent a signal to my colleagues in the negotiation team, Committee of Ministers, Technical Committee, that we have to do what was done wrongly. The PF agreed to a transaction value on Mopani of $1.5 billion liability. We took on a liability of $1.5 billion. Wrong transaction. Right? I'm not joking. This is not a joke. We have now been able to negotiate this liability down from $1.5 billion to $400 million. That's the transaction happening there. My dear colleagues, this is only the beginning. Your government will work hard.
Still in Lusaka, President Hakainde Hichilema has symbolically signed the long-awaited Access to Information Bill into the law to the excitement of the media personnel and other stakeholders in the country. President Hichilema says the signing of the ATI into law is a major milestone in the media sector and the country at large, as it will promote access to information by the media and other players. The president accented to the bill during press conference in Lusaka today. He said the historical signing of the ATI is expected to promote human rights and democracy in the country, as people will freely approach government agencies and other institutions to get vital information on any issue. And Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana said the signing of the bill will remove limitations that people face in search of vital information. Mr. Kawana observed that it has taken over 2 decades for the country to arrive at this stage where the president has signed the much-awaited ATI bill.
So members of the press, we are very aware, especially on behalf of the citizens of Zambia, that you have been advocating for the Access to Information Bill to be signed into law. And the president promised that as soon as it is brought before him, he will assent to it and sign. And as announced earlier, we are now witnessing a historical event where His Excellency the President is signing the ATI into law. From henceforth, this is no longer a bill, but access to information in Zambia is law.
We move to Eastern Province, where modernization works at the Chichele Presidential Lodge in Mufulwe are progressing well. The lodge, situated in the heart of the southern Luangwa National Park, was concessioned to Chichele Safaris by the government in 2018. Details in this report.
The Chichele Presidential Lodge, built in 1972 and situated in the South Luangwa National Park, used to be late President Kenneth Kaunda's treasured holiday resort, where he made important national decisions. However, over the years, the lodge has gone through different private hands, with the latest being in 2018, when the government concessioned the facility to Chichele Safaris, who are currently modernizing the facility. The developer has since raised down the entire old structure and raising up new ones to suit today's world. Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Mchima, in the company of Eastern Province Permanent Secretary Paul Tole and the Mambwe District Commissioner William Banda, have since visited the facility to appreciate the ongoing works, as the lodge still remains a government property.
Even the old building which was there before, it was not so much dilapidated, but I think the investor decided to get rid of it. That's where now the question contention is, was that value replenished in terms of the money to the government? If the charges are taking care of that, we have no problem. We wanted to have this done, whether it was done now, in accordance to the law. If the law was followed, we have no problem. But if there were corners, that's why the concerns to the citizens of Zambia. This is the value for the country. We need to protect it at all cost. We don't want any person to play around with the national value, the national heritage.
Built on top of the Chichele Hills overlooking the Chichele River, the Chichele Lodge offers an opportunity to view wildlife from the top in the comfort of your room. Surrounded by the sights and sounds of the African wilderness, this lodge offers a unique blend of comfort and adventure. Driving to and from the lodge offers yet another experience to interact with nature up close. Here, you are guaranteed of having a rare encounter with the secretive leopards, the intimidating elephants and buffaloes, to the more friendly zebras, gazelles, the owners of the natural water bodies, the hippo, and the ever-multiplying monkeys. The new Chichele Lodge is expected to officially open to the public in October next year. Kalan Muchima, reporting for Zanis in Mfulwe.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has launched 3 policy documents that outline and give guidance on the pertinent issues pertaining to labour matters in Zambia. Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba says the 3 documents will play a critical role in helping the country harness labour matters and improve on the economic development strategies the country has embarked on. Michelo Mwemba has the rest of the story.
Minister of Labour and Social Security Brenda Tambatamba has launched 3 important policy documents under the Ministry of Labour and Social Security that outline and give guidance on the pertinent issues pertaining to labour matters in Zambia. The launched documents, which are in line with Zambia's 8th National Development Plan and Vision 2030, include the Ministry of Labour and Social Security 2022 to 2026 Strategic Plan, the National Labour Migration 2024 to 2028 Strategy, and the 2023 to 2027 National Strategy on Extension of the Social Security coverage to the informal sector.
2030, the Ministry's Strategic Plan will provide an operational framework whose vision is to have a resilient, productive workforce and enterprises anchored in decent work for all.
The launch of these important policy documents has excited the international community through the International Organization for Migration Zambia and International Labour Organization, that supported the successful launch at Grand Palace Hotel in Lusaka.
This strategy aligns to ILO standards and conventions, notably the Convention 102 on social security and the Recommendation 202 on social protection.
There's been a lot that has been going on through the process to develop the strategies. We are committed to supporting capacity building initiatives that will follow thereafter.
Accolades from other labor movements in Zambia were well received.
We believe that the 5-year strategic plan being launched today will help the ministry be proactive and not reactive in the ministry's service delivery to the nation.
This document represents a significant commitment to the well-being of our workforce and overall development of our great nation.
And we will make sure that those who are in the informal economy will be sensitized and also to understand your vision as the newborn government.
Mijelo Mwamba reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
We take a break. Join us for more stories when we return. Stay tuned.
In Zambia, where trust is as vast as our lands, Zambeef stands for unmatched quality in food safety. Endorsed with ISO certification,
ISO 22000 being a food safety management system entails that any organization that is in the food processing industry can actually obtain a food safety management system to ensure that the overall the food is safe for human consumption.
Zambeef, feeding the nation.
Welcome back. In business news, the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission CEEC has disclosed that it has so far disbursed $359 million to over 2,700 farmers under the Aquaculture Seed Fund project countrywide. CEC Director General Mowe Mungule says 53 million kwacha has been disbursed to 292 farmers in Wapula province under the project. Dr. Mungule revealed this when he inspected operations of a fish hatchery supported by CCEC. More in this report.
Cotton Acreage Limited, based in Chenge District, is a beneficiary of 1.3 million kwacha funded by the Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, under the Aquaculture Fund Seed project for a fish hatchery project. The company has managed to put up 46 fish ponds, of which 23 fish ponds are so far stocked with over 50,000 fingerlings.
That we've had a lot of support from economic empowerment. We got a loan of 1.3 million, which has helped us a lot to do the hatchery, which we hope when done, because we are almost halfway, when we are done with it, we should be able to produce about 1 million fingerlings a month for the province and elsewhere, and probably even for us to stock them to make them into fish.
Martin Mwale is Ministry of Fisheries Principal Aquaculture Officer.
This facility, it has the potential to supply what they're supposed to supply, because they told me that they have about 2,000 brooders, and they, of course, looking at the fecundity of about 500, then they can produce 1 million fingerlings. But for now, they are using the open system. This is supposed to be enhanced maybe with the indoor hatchery. Looking at the issue of climate change, we have to ensure that maybe if we have the greenhouse, where the fish will be producing throughout the year, I think it will be a game changer, because Luapula province, really, we have a lot of clients that received the money, but in terms of fingerlings, they did not get.
CEEC Director General Dr. Mowe Mungule has checked on the operations of Cotton Acreage.
Luapula needs a lot of fingerlings. We have funded a number of facilities in this province, in different districts, particularly in this region here. And as you know, we have a lot of water bodies here, which we can use, in fact, for the purposes of promoting cage fishing. Cotton plays that strategic role in ensuring availability of fingerlings in the region. And we are excited to actually see that they are moving along that trajectory. And they are in fact, so far we can say they are already a success story in terms of what we would like to see.
Yvonne Nombo reporting for Zanis News in Chilenge District.
The veterinary department in Eastern Province has seized 3 tons of dressed chickens believed to have been imported into the country from Malawi without an importation permit. Provincial Veterinary Officer Arthur Mumbolomena said the chickens were confiscated after it was discovered that the purported owner did not have the required documents, contrary to Animal Health Act number 27 of 2010. Dr. Mumbolomena told Zanis in Chipata that his office has since written to the court requesting for an order to dispose of the chickens. He warned individuals, including business persons who want to trade in livestock products, to ensure they have correct documentation. He also warned people in the habit of trading in meat without permit that they risk being prosecuted once they are caught. Dr. Mumbolomena noted that there is a livestock checkpoint along the Chipata-Lusaka Road to curb the illegal movement of livestock and livestock products.
Yeah, today, the 21st of December 2023, we confiscated 3 tons of chicken, that's dressed chicken, that had come through the office trying to get a permit. So upon investigations, we discovered that these chickens actually were brought in from Malawi. So that's how we seized the product, because this person did not have any importation permit from our country. So he breached the Animal Health Act number 27 of 2010. So we've written for an order of disposal. So as soon as the order of disposal is given, that mode of disposal will be discharged. So this is actually a warning to individuals and persons, business men out there who would want to trade in livestock and livestock products, that there is a law that compels you to ensure that you have the right documentations before you can engage yourself in such deals. Yeah, we've come to notice that there seems to be a lucrative market in Lusaka this time around. So like I've said, if you don't follow the law, you end up losing. The process is very simple. Just ensure that you make the proper application and that permit is given to you, then you trade properly. But if you do illegal business, then you end up losing even the property that you have.
Nitrogen Chemicals of Zambia will next year embark on the construction of fertilizer blending plant at an estimated cost of $6 million. Speaking at a stakeholders meeting in Kafue District, NCZ Technical Manager Simon Mwape said the project is expected to start in the first quarter of 2024. Zanis reports that Mr. Mwape said the plant is expected to produce about 400 metric tons of blended fertilizer per day, adding that the construction of the plant has been necessitated by the high demand for blended fertilizer in the country. He added that the project seeks to alleviate the existing fertilizer shortages in Zambia and create a new local blended fertilizer capable of meeting the market demands. He added that the company will also not neglect the old fertilizer production plant, but an investment of 4 million kwacha will be made to boost its production level from 35 metric tons to 65 metric tons of ordinary fertilizer. Meanwhile, Kafue District Commissioner Maurice Hikapulwe is happy with the fertilizer blending plant venture, noting that the project will create employment opportunities for the local people and enhance the economy of the district. Mr. Hikapulwe said the fertilizer blending plant will produce tailor-made fertilizer according to the needs of individuals. Now, Northern Province National Heritage Conservation Commission has expressed concern with the danger which the fig tree at location markets is posing to the public. Commission Acting Director Bruce Simakole notes that the fig tree has been standing for many years and some of its branches are falling. However, Mr. Simakole says that the Commission is working with all stakeholders to ensure that the safety of the people, especially those trading under the fig tree, is secured before it causes disaster. We have more in the following report.
This fig tree, popularly known as umtaba in local language in Kasama's Chambesh market, has been in existence for a long time and has been providing shelter to the public. But the current status of this fig tree is posing a danger to those trading under the tree as its branches are falling off. The traders are calling on the authorities to cut down the tree before it causes disaster.
The council disaster management naba heritage atubese batutemeneko ekichimutaba charaipa yabantu abengi bantu ilichaponene chali chena abantu abengi sana umokuboko kwali chenekwa roba monama shopu yalionaika tilelo mbako ku government basa tuwako kwa ekichimuti bachikunyapo mukoleka twala bombera pokuno bato batire bomba no mwenso kimbi byali ponaro kimbi byashara ku murukuti edije yabamuna ndone ekimuti kimutawechi I think tuwa mdenje ikulu kakwe wati twaigana vya kwa timaka ya kwalesa so tuwe chitaka api kuteko wesi kuti wenga tuwa kwa wati at least tuwa safe wapo tire ombela.
Meanwhile, the National Heritage and Conservation Commission said they work with other stakeholders to ensure safety of the people.
For us as National Heritage Conservation Commission, public safety at our heritage sites, including the Mtaba tree, is of paramount importance. We engaged the Kasama Municipal Council and the fire brigade to ensure that the branches of the Mtaba tree, which can potentially collapse and cause damage to the nearby shops and so on, are trimmed. So we have agreed, we even identified those branches that need to be cut, and that exercise is supposed to take place as soon as the council releases the equipment.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
More than 60 community game scouts drawn from various chiefdoms have passed out after completing a 3-month intensive training at Nyamaluma Training College in Mambo District of Eastern Province. Officiating at the pass-out parade, Mambo District Commissioner William Banda said the successful completion of the training for 62 community game scouts signifies the seriousness government attaches toward preserving wildlife. Theo Makunda filed in this report.
Protecting natural resources requires sufficient manpower. In this vein, the Department of Wildlife and National Parks, in collaboration with other partners, trains scouts every year to beef up on manpower. In Mambo District, 62 scouts drawn from different chiefdoms have graduated after a 3-month intensive training and are ready to serve.
The Ministry of Tourism, through the Department of National and Wildlife, is mandated by the Zambia Wildlife Act number 14 of 2015 to protect our wildlife, but currently understaffed to effectively protect our wildlife resources in the country. Your passing out today will ensure that our wildlife resources are well protected for the benefit of the country and the local communities that coexist with these resources.
Biocarbon partners have pledged to continue supporting these trainings.
Exceptionally proud at BCP to have 47 BCP-supported scouts graduating from our Luangwa Community Forest Project partners. Supporting community scouts as well as our investment in other DNPW projects boosts the department's ability and proximity to protect Zambia's wild species. The LCFP currently protects 1.2 million hectares of threatened biodiversity significant landscape and Zambia's greatest asset, our forests. Over the next 2 years, expansion of the LCFP is to be accelerated with an additional 1 million hectares in 2 years for delivery by 2025.
And the traditional leadership made this call.
Nizwa kuti izi nyama kapena mitengo hii ni yasu se kuno kukunda sevene tufunga kuti sebwanji tisamalire bwino sevene se bakunda koma se tulemba nshito tutuma vantu kuti kalembeni vantu nshito tiye tuonesheshe kunena kuti tutola wanyinji namba ikulu yakuno kwasu kuukunda na cholinga chonena kuti chifukwa wakutalikula siwangaononga basi wangaochoke kutalikula kweopanyama kuno yayo tupanyama ni seseka tili kuno sete wakunda noma ngati setu siya wakunda wali kuno wamene ovutika na vinyama then tukotola munthu wakutali ndiye kuti chitu yavya lini yayo ndiye kuti ni chiponchingi ite bwanji iye pasogolo walengesha ni wani ni mweo chifukwa chakatwete kachinji ka wanthu chifukwa ngati mtola wanthu wakuno ne ngati nene ponja nili pano then mwalemba ntchito ndiye kuti ninji kupanya wamsanganise bwanji nileke ngati malasha futi nsonu cheneka mitengo kula nileke chifukwa yakuti mweta bwanji mwanipasa ntchito.
The Department of National Parks and Wildlife also called on government to give a facelift to the training center.
The infrastructure at the college is in a deplorable state from the time the training institution was constructed in 1970 when it was also opened, hence the need for modern structures to be put in place.
Theo Makunda for Zanis in Mambwe District, Eastern Province.
We take a break. Still to come is health news and many more. Keep watching.
In Zambia, where trust is as vast as our lands, Zambeef stands for unmatched quality in food safety. Endorsed with ISO certification,
ISO 22000 being a food safety management system entails that any organization that is in the food processing industry can actually obtain a food safety management system to ensure that overall the food is safe for human consumption.
Zambeef, feeding the nation.
For news and current affairs, entertainment, sports, children's programs, and a host of other events in and beyond our borders, Zanis TV has you covered. On Channel 6 and Channel 458 on Topstar.
We continue with the news. Southern Province Director of Health Kalitas Kayunga has called for ethical professional conduct among the 335 newly recruited health workers deployed in Southern Province. Dr. Kayunga says the newly recruited health workers will cushion the shortage of health personnel in most facilities in the province, especially those in rural areas. And the newly recruited personnel have pledged commitment to duty and thanked the government for giving them an opportunity to serve the Zambian people among the many applicants who were left out. Details in this report.
These are successful candidates that have been deployed under the Ministry of Health to serve in various districts of Southern Province, busy collecting their appointment letters at the Provincial Health Office in Choma. The province has received 335 recruits to be deployed in various health facilities. The candidates are grateful to the government for the opportunity to serve.
I'm happy that I am among the 3,000 health workers that have been selected during this recruitment. And we thank the government for giving us these jobs, and I'm ready to serve the government where I've been posted.
I've been selected. I'm amongst the 3,000. I'm going to work for Livingston Central Hospital. So I'm giving kudos to the government.
Those that have not been picked, I really encourage them so that next time they shouldn't lose hope, so that next time they can also apply, and they should continue applying so that they can be picked as well.
The Provincial Health Director, Dr. Kalistas Kayunga, wants nothing but ethical conduct from the newly recruited health workers.
Our Southern Province, just like the rest of the provinces in the country, we have received 325 new health workers in this recruitment of the 3,000 health workers countrywide. And I'm happy to indicate and mention that all our 15 districts in Southern Province will all have received new health workers. And these, they range from different cadres: doctors, nurses, laboratory people, medical equipment people, physiotherapists, environmental people, and so on and so forth. And this recruitment really will cushion on the existing staff shortage that we've been experiencing in our health facilities. And we are so happy and excited that finally we are receiving our new colleagues in the health sector, and we want to encourage them as they begin to report for work. Some of them probably next week they'll be reporting at the various stations, to actually commit and dedicate their service to the people of this province and of this country.
For banks and unions, it is a boost to their membership list as they compete to have a share of the new recruits on their team. Gertrude Lumbeta, Zanis, in Choma District, Southern Province.
Meanwhile, in Northwestern Province, the over 239 successful candidates that have been recruited under the Ministry of Health in Northwestern Province have started collecting their appointment letters. Provincial Health Director Lakson Chindikita said Northwestern Province had 239 slots for paramedicals and nurses, 23 for doctors and dental surgeons, and 3 slots for pharmacists. Dr. Chindikita told Zanis that so far 170 newly recruited health workers have collected their appointment letters. More in this report.
These are newly recruited health workers filling in the forms for appointment letters at Northwestern Provincial Health Office in readiness to go and serve in various places they have been deployed to.
I was amongst the 3,000 health workers that have been recruited this year. And I applied for the dental therapy position. I was picked and I'll be going to Chitokolek Mission Hospital in Zambezi District. I want to extend my appreciation to the government of the Republic of Zambia. I applied last year, I was left out, but fortunately this year I was picked.
I'm very excited and I just want to appreciate the government for employing me as a clinical officer general. I'm very excited, otherwise there are no words that I can use to express myself.
I was doing my school at Solezi College of Nursing there. You finish, then you're amongst those. It's very nice.
Provincial Health Director Dr. Lakson Chindikita sheds more light on the development.
Northwestern Province had 239 slots for paramedicals and nurses, and then we had 23 slots for doctors and dental surgeons, and 3 slots for pharmacists. Of the 239 nurses and paramedicals, by yesterday, 170 collected their acceptance letters, and we are remaining with about 69 to collect their acceptance letters.
The Provincial Permanent Secretary advises the newly recruited health workers to give the best.
The government is giving you jobs to look after the disadvantaged people. When you collect this, you put on white clothes or dresses, whatever. When you go there, you can't look after the people that you are employed for. Then you call yourselves nurses. Here, if it's in my province, I'll flush you out. You understand that?
Reporting for Zanis News, I'm Chebun Komen, Solezi District, Northwestern Province.
In other news, Chirundu District Commissioner Patrick Kasambila has directed the Zambia Police Service to enhance both motorist and foot patrols in order to curb the rising crime rate in the district. Mr. Kasambila said this during the handover of a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser to Chilundu Police Station, bought under the Expanded Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Details in this report.
Chirundu District of Southern Province has been a hive of activities and very busy over the past few months with a number of important and high-profile engagements because of the smooth implementation of the Expanded Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Being a transit border town and coupled with a rapid increase in its population, the district has seen a sharp increase in crime rate, as evident by the recent cases of criminal activities. However, the district has received a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser bought from the CDF, which President Hakainde Hichilema recently handed over to the respective constituencies. Today, Chirundu District Commissioner and Chirundu Town Council Chairperson, flanked by senior government officials, handed over the vehicle to the police command in the district.
I would also maybe want to thank the president. I think it's not easy. You know, I remember there were CDF vehicles, you know, the whole country, which is 100, about 56. Since it was already, I think, handed over by the president. So us, it's just a matter of receiving it and making sure that we release it also to you to start using it. Meaning our government, your government is doing everything possible. So let's people thank sometimes the president. But you know, for me, there are so many, whereby even where you've been needed, where the sense of the project, the area is so vast, whereby let's try by all means to make sure that we attend to every concern.
As for Chirondo Town Council, active community participation in law enforcement and crime combating remains key in fighting crime, as criminals are believed to be living among the people within the community.
Let's fight crime together in Chirondo, involve the community, because I know it's police and the community. Let's work together and let people know. And I know with the addition of this transport, it will be easy for you. I know at some point way back, you had those programs where you were engaging the community, sensitizing. If we can, let's continue with those programs. Make sure that people come on board and understand that police is not officer in charge alone. Police is not Kazemba. Police is everyone. Because when crime happens, it's for all of us. After the removal of these, suspension of these checkpoints, you received quite a lot of phone calls. I received everyone else. Leadership received phone calls. Why? It's because people have now noticed that Chaope. So now let's involve everyone. This is for all of us.
In line with the presidential directive to the Zambia Police Service as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces during the official handover, Chirondo Police Station pledges to live up to the general public's high expectations of combating crime in the district.
Just to say thank you to the government of the day, in particular His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, who's Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, our Commander-in-Chief, for having come up with this idea where every constituency has received a vehicle that is meant for the police operations. We are saying thank you even to the local leadership that has always been with us, even during those trying moments when we had nothing. They are always helpful to us to make our work easy. And our earnest appeal is that the same cooperation and support we received when we didn't have, we even be more. Otherwise, we are saying thank you very much.
The motto and broader vision of the Zambia Police Service of bringing police closer to the people has been revived following the provision of reliable transport to the service. Zanis reports in Chirondo District of Southern Province.
Back to Eastern Province. The Zambia Correctional Service and the Malawi Prison Service have exchanged 31 inmates at Mwami One-Stop Border Post in Chipata District. Zambia Correctional Service Deputy Commissioner Asabe Hamalea says the service has handed over 18 Malawian nationals who were serving jail sentences in Zambia, while their Malawian counterparts have handed over 13 Zambians who were serving prison sentences in the country. Mpaso Dimbani has the rest of the story.
Zambia and Malawi have continued enjoying bilateral relations that exceed trade and culture. This was evident when the sister nations today exchanged a total number of 31 inmates.
Today we are transferring a total of 18 Malawian nationals who were convicted and were serving various sentences at correction centers in eastern and central regions in Zambia. Also, we are receiving 13 Zambians who were serving various sentences in Malawi correction centers. It is therefore gratifying to note that the two services took the resolution seriously and engaged the respective country ministries of justice for legal advice on the execution of the resolution, whose fruits we are witnessing today.
This undertaking is significant in the correctional management in the sense that it offers the opportunity for effective rehabilitation by bringing offenders close to their communities and relations. This in a way reduces the offending and the subsequent overcrowding of our facilities based on the family tie-up concept.
Both nations have commended the existing bond they share.
As you may have observed, after crossing the Mwami border, there is no much difference between the two countries. This means that we are one people. These interactions show the warm and cordial relationship that have continued to exist between the two countries. May I sum it up by assuring you, Deputy Commissioner and your distinguished delegation, the very best of the Zambian commitment to actualizing the agreements as enshrined in our Memorandum of Understanding.
This despite the audio-wave relationship that exists between the two services that continues to grow from strength to strength. Indeed, the people of Zambia and Malawi are one, irrespective of the borders imposed on us by our colonial masters.
The exchange was pursuant to the resolution of the recently convened Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security meeting in Malawi this December. Patso Dimbani, Zanis News, in Chipata District, Eastern Province.
In a heartwarming display of holiday spirit, the Minister of Justice, Malambo Haimbe, hosted a festival Christmas lunch for different abled children and other youths from Lusaka Central constituency. The joyful event unfolded at Nakatindi Hall, bringing together a diverse group of children for a day filled with laughter, generosity, and the spirit of giving. Details in this report.
Minister of Justice Mulambo Haimbe hosted a Christmas lunch at Nakatindi Hall for differently abled children from Lusaka constituency in order to foster inclusivity and celebration during the festive season. Mr. Haimbe, who is also Lusaka Central constituency member of parliament, emphasized the importance of showing love to children with special needs.
The essence of coming here is to also celebrate and showcase the work that is being done by our police officers. So we're saying that we have never had the opportunity to share together with our men and women in uniform through an event such as this. We are acknowledging and recognizing the work that they do by bringing their children to join us in this festive celebration. Amongst them we have children with special needs who we also take special recognition of, that they need to be shown that love that we are all together as humanity. So that is the essence of this, through this, through sharing with the children, through showing them that we have a caring heart, we hope that it will bring unity within ourselves as constituents of Lusaka Central constituency. So today we are sharing a meal with our children and their guardians and parents, as well as giving a little token of Christmas to them. They have a few gifts, and of course you've already seen that the activities that are taking place. It's our own humble small way of saying thank you very much to our police officers, their families, to our constituents who have joined us for being there for the people of Lusaka Central.
And John, a child with special needs, expressed happiness for being invited to the event.
Very glad to be here. Very, very happy to be given this opportunity to enjoy ourselves here as special children. Most of the times we're not invited to go to most places, most things, and we are restricted to do a lot of things because of our abilities. So we thank Uncle Haimbe for doing this for us, for letting us enjoy to interact with our friends. We thank him very much. We pray that as he is doing his work, God will be with him, guide him and protect him, and that God will give him the knowledge to continue doing his things. Thank you very much for bringing us here. I would like to say it's not easy when you don't do things that other children or other people can do, and you're the only one who's seated there. But right now he has given us the opportunity to play and to have fun with the rest of our friends here.
Meanwhile, one of the guardians, Brandina Chilufya, highlighted the significance of the event for the children, noting that it provides them with the opportunity to interact.
Most parents suffer in isolation because of their children. They don't know that many other parents are suffering the same. So this gives a chance for parents to interact and socialize, as well as for the children. It gives them a chance to socialize and make friends and make their own network and get to know each other, and it's beneficial for the children. And I just hope that God may be with His Honorable Mr. Malambo Haimbe. He may continue doing this even in the near future.
Namkale Nachale for Zanis in Lusaka.
We end the news on a sad note. 2 children have died after being struck by lightning in Chamutoa ward in Lumezi district of Eastern Province. The two children, who are both boys, have been identified as Gift Mtonga, age 16, of Wikalani village, and Damiano Piri, also age 16, of Umundienji village, Lumezi district. Commissioner Lufeyo Ngoma confirmed the incident, which happened yesterday around 13 hours, to Zambia News and Information Services. Mr. Ngoma said the victims were playing at Mtundu village while watching a group of Nyao dancers that were fundraising for Christmas celebrations. He explained that the boys met their fate when they started following the Nyao group that was moving around and were rushed to Lumezi Mission Hospital but died on the way. And Chamtoa Ward Councillor Davis Mwanza described the incident as unfortunate and a loss to the community, adding that the two boys recently completed their grade 7 examination at Kampongolo Primary School. Very sad indeed, and that piece of item brings us to the end of our news. But before we go, we take a look at the headlines. International Holdings Resources new owners of Mopani Mine. CECE spends $359 million over 2,700 farmers under the Aquaculture Seed Fund project. Newly recruited health workers aged to be professional. Plus, lightning kills 2 juveniles in Lumezi. Well, that's all we had for you from our news desk. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, I've been your presenter, Trust Bemba. Remember, during this festival season, don't drink and drive. Happy holidays to you all. From us, it's goodbye for today.